Okay, guys, I'll be right there. I'm just getting a few more things together. Okay, guys. I don't know why the hell that stopped. That's kind of annoying. It wasn't supposed to stop, y'all. I promise you. But since it did, let me turn the camera. I'm gonna turn the camera on. Look, I'm gonna turn the camera on, y'all. But it's been a little minute. Okay, wait. Hold on, turn this thing around, child. That's how you know because how the hell you turn this thing around, child? Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so I feel like my stand is too big. Give me a second. I'm just gonna put this on the floor. I have a new ring light, guys, so it's like actually really, really tall. Like it's an official ring light. So it's kind of tall, and I actually don't need a table for it. So I'm just gonna push my table back and put my ring light up on here. So give me 1 second. Okay, now that to the side. I don't know. The table gives me security. Like, I don't know. I feel like the table gives me security, guys. Okay. Oh, there we are. We're here. We're here. Okay. I don't know why I feel so low, but I guess it don't matter. What's up, you guys? What is up? How is everybody doing? Hey, Cherie. Hey, Naomi. Hey, Tawaya. Whoever else is here, drop a motherfucking comment. I forgot I can't curse on YouTube, child. Drop a comment, you guys. How has everybody been? I know. It's been a minute since I've been up on here on YouTube and stuff like that. But y'all, listen, it's a lot of stuff we got to get into. It's a lot of stuff we got to get into because it's just a lot that's been going on. Hey, Janessa. Janessa's in the building. Okay, Janessa's in the building. You know, it's just been a lot that's been going on, you guys. So I'm going to kind of break that down to the best of my ability. And hold on, bitch, a lip gloss check because what we're not going to do is have me up here looking crazy. Let me see. Because, bitch, you know, sometimes your lip gloss It like gather up in the corner, bitch. And that's what we're not gonna have is my lip gloss gathering up all in the corner. Okay? Because that looks gross. Ladies first. We must be ladies first. So I don't know. Where should I start? Where should I start? Get those likes up. Yes, get those likes up, guys. We back. We back. And I just want to say, hey, Kayla. Hey, babe. Hey, Flips. You keep cussing. I'm sorry. Okay, I gotta stop cussing. I gotta stop cussing. That's one thing I gotta work on. Can y'all see Michael? I feel like I could barely see Michael. Let me just bring this up 1 more inch. Okay, so y'all can see my baby. Baby. Hey, babe. Okay, there we go. No, you're not doing what I'm telling you to do. Okay, whatever. So, anyways, you guys, it has been a little minute. So glad you're back. Missed you. I missed you guys too. And it's like I just missed the genuine MJ fans and the love. So I'm just gonna kind of get into it. Like for those who haven't seen um my Instagram video talking about kind of where I've been and my journey and stuff like that. So I'll just kind of like make it simple. Can you guys hear me? Is the music too loud or is it good? Like thumbs up if the music is good. If it's too loud, put a thumbs down. So I'm just gonna start and I'm gonna kind of sum it up because like the whole story is on my Instagram, but I'm gonna give you guys a quick little, synopsis or whatever. Okay. Long story short, y'all, King of Pop Radio found Jesus. Y'all don't hear? Okay, there's no music though. Well, that's bad because it's definitely music, and I definitely want y'all to hear it. Okay, let me turn it up a little bit. Is that better? Can y'all hear it now? Okay. So, long story short, King of Pop Radio found Jesus. Yes, that's right, y'all. I found Jesus, and I got saved. And the road that Christian walked was definitely a lot for me. And it's like, I don't know. It's so many parts of myself I didn't really discover. And like, this is why I'm kind of happy. Like, it's like a bittersweet feeling that I moved out of my parents' house. And, I kind of took this journey and just moved on my own because I feel like had I stayed at home, I probably would have never had the spiritual journey that I did. You know what I'm saying? Because, I have amazing parents, and they took care of me and they catered to me. But, in a sense, it didn't really allow me to grow. You know what I'm saying? If they were always there to kind of mold and shape me, it's like I didn't have room to grow in any department. So last year, it's like I was just going through a lot, and not necessarily like in life. It was just in here, just feeling like I'm not accomplishing my goals. I'm not where I want to be. And mind you, some of the minor goals, and this is why we have to be grateful to God, you guys, because some of the minor goals or the things that I viewed as minor were actually major goals. And I was just looking past them like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't accomplish the biggest goal, but baby, I accomplished the stuff in between. I got my dream car. I got my dream apartment. I got the dream guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I'm just like an over accomplisher, you guys. So I was just like, no, I want more. Nope, it has to be more. Nope, I'm destined for more. Nope, I'm destined for greatness. Like, this is not it. And, it's like God had to humble me. Like, baby, how much you gonna want? I'm giving you this. I'm giving you this, and you want the world. Like, you ungrateful. So I just feel like God really had to humble me. Like, girl, you want too much. And, that's kind of how the journey started. I might tell the story in a million different ways because, listen, I'm just unorganized and my brain is all over the place. So I might tell it this one way on Instagram and I might tell it this way on YouTube, child. Okay, that's just me. So, long story short, last year, I just had a spiritual encounter with God. And I feel like God told me to stop doing King of Pop Radio. I felt like God told me to stop rapping. God told me to stop socializing with people. God just told me to stop. Okay, now listen, I'm not saying God told me this directly, okay? So relax to all the Christians out there. God didn't whisper in my ear and tell me to stop. That's not how it happened. It was a sequence of events that led to me realizing, okay, God doesn't want me doing this. And I don't think it was necessarily anything negative, like as far as Michael. I think it was the community, and I think it was just the whole that all of it, that like everything that came with it, and God saw how it was all consuming my energy. I was pouring everything into this. You guys know, I would come home, do whatever I had to do, my little routine, and then I would get on Kingofpopradio and pretty much spend the night with you guys and just chop it up. And it's like I wasn't growing the way that I wanted to. Thank you, Cherie and Janesta. I appreciate you guys so much. I wasn't growing the way I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be this big, I wouldn't say necessarily star, because I don't want the fame. I just wanted to be big enough that I could take my money and help others because I know the heart that I have. You know what I'm saying? So I know the good I could do. So it's like I was looking at it from that angle, and I just feel like God was like, well, no. I just feel like God was like, no, he told me no. And I had to accept that and just kind of walk through this journey with him. Um, for those of you who've seen it, I started speaking in tongues on live. It was like, this is a real spiritual encounter I had, you guys. I wasn't pretending. I didn't make it up. We was having a regular conversation. We was talking, getting into some things. The next thing you know, I started babbling, child, and I don't know what I was saying. I didn't know what I was saying. I didn't know what I was saying, child. So it was a real spiritual encounter. Um, Long story short, like I said, I'm gonna just sum this up. I had a dream, and the dream turned into sleep paralysis. For those of you who don't know what sleep paralysis is, it's basically like when you kind of sleep, but you kind of not. You like in REM sleep, I think. I don't know. This might not be the actual definition, so don't come for me. Um, and basically, you feel like somebody is trying to smother you or sit on top of you, just physically harm you. You're trying to get up and fight out of your sleep and you can't. Okay, so when this happened, I was like in between sleep paralysis, but also in between waking up. Now, for those of you who know, I had a huge whiteboard on my wall. Oh wait, no, I'm lying. I had a whole bunch of Michael stuff on my wall. This little poster ain't nothing compared to what I had. I actually have a container over here that I'll show you guys another time of all my Michael stuff. So I had tons of Michael stuff on my wall. And as I was in the sleep paralysis, I was fighting and I was like calling on God, like, Jesus, you gonna help me? Jesus, I need some help. I need some help, Jesus. And God was just like, no, figure this out. You have to figure this out. So I'm like, okay, what you want from me? What you want? Like, what you want me to do? All right, all right. So, I mean, this is not exactly like, y'all, these are my thoughts, okay? So I look over and I see my Michael stuff. And I'm like, okay, God, Michael, yeah, that's Michael. Hey, babe. Mind you, in the middle of sleep paralysis. And then I look back over and I see a whiteboard. And I'm like, ooh, what's the chief? First of all, who took my Michael stuff there? That's number one, because I was smack you. Okay, so that was the first thing. I was like, oh, I was smack whoever took my Michael stuff down. So I looked and there's a big whiteboard. I was like, okay, God, I need a little more detail, So then I looked again, and it says number one, God, something just blah blah blah. Two, God, blah 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 blah. God, blah 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 blah. And I was like, ooh, okay, I get what you want me to do now. So I was like, okay, I get it. And it's like, I think for a long time, I just didn't want to get it because I was so in love with Michael, like just everything about Michael. Um, I was just in love with it. His personality, his music, everything about him was just so fascinating and amazing to me. And I guess in a way, I kind of became obsessed. And I think we all got a little bit of obsession with Michael. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I was treading like between obsessed and doing too much. So God was like, stop. And I'm just like, what? And God was just like, stop. You know? I mean, at least that's the message. That's how I interpreted that dream because I don't feel like the devil could send me a dream talking about some God on the wall. I don't think he could do that. And it's like if he did that would be stupid. The devil wants to leave you away from God, not towards God. You know what I'm saying? So the devil didn't do that. That was all God, okay? Or I was just crazy making up stuff in my head. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it was God, okay? So I was like, okay, God, whatever you want me to do. At this point, I give up. Whatever you want. Listen, Jesus, it's in your hands. I'm not doing this no more. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. What you want? What you want? So I got focused. I put my head on my shoulders. I got off the Kingofpopradio. I got off of Victim I Got This. I deleted my freestyles. I was like, okay, God, you got it. You got it. So I went to Staples that very same day. I bought that whiteboard. I lied to you not. It looked just like the whiteboard in my dream. And I was and like even and it's crazy because I was like, okay, let me get a smaller whiteboard. And it's like God was like, no, you're gonna get the big one. It's like, okay, and it's like the way I'm describing this, guys, like I said, it's not like God actually said that, but it's like something in my spirit was just like, girl, don't play with me. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the big one then. Let me see that one right there. Starting against the big one right there. That's $120. Bro, I'm broke. And God got me getting these whiteboards. Okay, no, listen, I have these. I was like 60 something. No, actually, I don't remember. I just know I was broke. Okay, so I get this whiteboard. I go home, and I was led to take down my Michael stuff. That was the hardest thing spiritually that I had to do. Like I was so attached, you guys. Like I was so attached. If like I'm taking down the pictures and I'm like I can't breathe. I'm throwing up. I'm coughing. Listen, this is all very real stuff. So I just want you to know, like, I'm not saying Michael bad. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm saying Michael's bad. The attachment is bad. Okay, we should never love somebody more than we love God. Okay, God is the first thing, and then everybody else don't they down there. Okay, so I'm coughing, I'm throwing up. I feel like I was choking. Like it literally felt like something was trying to come out of me, and I was like, "What have I done?" You know what I'm saying? It's like, trust me, I don't want to get up here and tell nobody this, but at the same time, it's like I'm hoping it can help somebody else by telling y'all this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking down the posters. Listen, let me tell you, by the time I was done, I was done. I was just like, and I'm looking at the wall and I'm crying. And I took that whiteboard and I put it up. I was like, okay, God, you got it. So then I started tuning into Transformation Church. Now, listen, I don't necessarily recommend Transformation Church at this very moment in my life because of some certain little things that has been happening lately that I don't really agree with. But at the time, that's where God led me to go. So I went to Transformation Church. It was online, and I watched Pastor Michael Todd's sermons. And his sermon at that time was called Here is Holy. And that couldn't be more relevant to my life at the time. And the way he was explaining it was like, listen, right here, right now in your life might not feel like, you know, the best, but God has a plan for you. So right where you are is holy. Okay? He starts talking about Moses and stuff. I can't remember the scripture, but it's something about Moses, and he was like, "Oh, here I am, God." You know, like letting God, like, no, like, yeah, I'm here, God. What's the, you know, what I'm saying, what you need me to do? Like, sometimes you got to talk to God, like, what you need me to do? Like, because I'm tired of just not knowing what you need me to do. Okay, listen, those are Christians. You Christian, you know what you do. Okay. Sorry, I want to read y'all comments real quick. So glad that you were better. Thank you, babe. And we're so proud of you. Thank you. Sometimes we have to go somewhere and reflect on our lives and the understanding the situation. Yes, Janessa, yes, absolutely. Love your world. It was lit. Listen, it was super dope. Okay, so like taking it down, I was like, okay, now God, this looks pretty right here. You show this one too? Okay. All right. You got it. You look so beautiful. Thank you, babe. Oh, hey, Sarah. How you doing? So, right. So I took it down, I put my whiteboard up, and I just started, every Sunday faithfully, I was watching Transformation Church. And every day I came home, I would just read like a page in the Bible. I didn't really understand it, but I was just like, let me just read it, just to start reading it, just to get in the habit of doing that, right? So I lie to you not, y'all. Just one day at Transformation Church, I'm watching it online. I'm like, Father, I want to be saved and stuff like that, whatever the words is. And then next thing you know, I opened my eyes and I felt safe. Listen, no exaggeration. This is no exaggeration. I opened my eyes. I felt like I was looking out of new eyes. I felt like my skin wasn't my skin. In Jesus' name. Ooh, I feel like hallelujah right there. Hold on. Woo, woo. Okay, in Jesus' name, I felt like my skin wasn't my skin. My eyes wasn't my eyes. My words wasn't my words. I literally felt renewed. And that's when I finally understood how it feels to be a Christian. Um, so that journey was just very, very difficult for me because it's like I started seeing things for what they were. Like I saw that like demons are real. You know what I'm saying? And they jump in people to attack you. So like if you praying to God, like, okay, God, I want to work on my anger. You know what I'm saying? That God will test you by, and it's unfortunate, but this is kind of what happens, at least from my interpretation. Everybody relax. All the Christians relax. This is my interpretation. I'm still new. Okay. So like God will like send somebody to test you. Like, and you just prayed 5 minutes ago. God work with my anger. So if this girl comes to you say boom, 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 and she try to squirt up, what you gonna do? You just tell God you want to work on your anger. So God is trying to test you to see how you won't respond to this. Is you gonna pray to Him? Is you gonna call out for Him, or you gonna smack? You know what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that would constantly happen. I would say, God, work on my patience. And then God will put me in a situation where I got to be patient. And I'm like, all right, well, I didn't really mean right now. Like, child, what? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so that's kind of what was happening, y'all. That was happening. So it's like, as much as I wanted to get on here and just kind of talk to you guys and do fan fiction, it's like it wasn't in my spirit at that time. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the do all go, purge fan fictions. It was like, okay, well, you're not supposed to be talking about sex and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When you say you holier than thou, you're not supposed to be talking about sex. So I was like, okay, I can't get up there and talk about that. So I just really put all my energy and focus on God. And, it was nice. It was nice for a while. And I'm not saying I'm not there now. Okay. Well, I'm not necessarily there now because I was real holy and bougie then. Like nobody could talk to me. I was looking out the window hoping Jesus was going to come back. I ain't going to hold you. I was like, I ain't got time to be here. Jesus, where you at? Where you at? I'm trying to go with you. They crazy down here. They do all types of weird stuff and I don't agree with it. So I will go with you. Okay. It's too much going on. Okay. So that was me. Fast forward a few months later. Now this is where it's gonna get private, and I really didn't really want to talk about this, but it's a part of the journey and kind of like everything zigzags and comes back into circle, and this is why I love God. Hold on, makeup check. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys are enjoying this. Give me a thumbs up. Like, tell me how you feel. If you got questions, now is the time to ask. While I check my face. Cause bitch, I wish I had somebody in here like, girl, you need to put a little power in face. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Thumbs up in the chat if you guys are enjoying this. Okay. Now I want to put a Michael instrumental on, but girl, they always got Michael singing, and it's like we can't have Michael singing in the background. It's gonna mess up my check. I'm sorry, Mike. Okay, so The next part is very personal. Long story short, I met a guy. Okay, so and I should have known, like I should have known God was gonna test me in this department, y'all. But I was very naive. I met this guy, and I'm gonna try to like I'm gonna put some false stuff in the story because I don't want him to see this, and I don't want him to know I'm talking about because niggas ain't. Okay, so all right, so I met this guy. Basically, it felt like a fairy tale. Like it felt like a fairy tale. Like it felt like love at first sight. We saw each other. We locked eyes. I was like, ooh, okay, this is bad. We gonna get married. We gonna get married. You know what I'm saying? I looked at his eyes. He looked at mine. We fell in love, and then that's the story. No, it's not. That's not the story. I'm lying. Okay, so long story short, I basically met a guy right in the middle of my Christian walk and my Christian journey. Um, and I don't know, my for some reason, like the moment we started talking, the connection was very, very strong. At least for me, I don't know what it was for him, and to this day, I will never know, and I don't really care. But um, at the time, for me, it was a very strong spiritual connection. It's like we would be around each other, we wouldn't have to say anything, and it would just feel like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be here. Like this is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? So we were at a friend's party, and we're just hanging out and stuff like that. And it's like the energy kept kind of like forcing us together. And I was like, okay, God, I know you tested me. I ain't giving up the goodies to these niggas. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know this because I ain't giving my goodies to these niggas. Okay, so I put my no nigga. And let me tell you, I was doing very good, y'all. I wasn't doing nothing with nobody. Like I was like keeping it together. Like, and I mean so fine, man, like fine, fine. And I was just like, no, you can't say, I mean, like, dudes with money and stuff like that. And I was like, no, thank you, peasants. No, thank you. And mind you, this dude was regular, like regular, like I mean, he was cute, but he was regular. And basically, the energy in the room kept shifting us together. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like why? So everybody go outside, they go smoke and do what they do. Now I'm Christian. I ain't smoking no marijuana. Okay, I wasn't. No, I'm not smoking. That's not holy. That's not how I'm not smoking the marijuana. Okay, so I was like, no, thank you. So they was like, yeah, we gotta go smoke, girl. I was like, I'm good. And then he was like, oh no, I'm cool. I was like, oh damn it. It's a setup. I knew it was a setup in that moment, right? So I was like, oh, okay. I feel like he gonna try to say something to me. I should have went outside with the girls. I wasn't thinking. I'm just being ditzy. Like I could be very ditzy sometimes. And when I mean ditzy, I'll have time because I'm from the hood, so I have times I pay attention to my environment. But I had times I'm really just happy and jolly and go lucky, and I'm not paying attention to shit. So I wasn't really paying attention. It's like I knew he was there, but it's like, listen, I had a million views. So it's like I wasn't concerned about guys. I was just like, oh, he's there. Like, okay, who cares? You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't paying him no mind. And then he was like, oh, so what's your name? And just trying to talk, have conversation. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why, nigga? Why? So you gonna break my horse? So you gonna break my horse? No, I'm not telling you about that. I'm tired of you niggas. I'm tired of you niggas. Okay? You don't need to know my name. Okay? So, nah. Seriously, that's really what I was thinking. So I was just like, oh, my name is such and such. And we just got to talking, and it was like, yeah, you could feel the energy. And I've never experienced that before, but so for me, I'm big on energy. Pause. Wait a minute, rewind. I'm not big on energy anymore. I was then. Like, it's like now I'll feel certain energy and I'll like process it. You know what I'm saying? And evaluate it. But before, it's like I would feel energy and I act. Like, oh, okay, God sent me to do this, or God wanted this to happen. And it's like I'm not like that now because no, nobody gonna play with me. So, oh, I'm lying. And actually, what are you doing? What? Smart things keep happening. At info close at. We not closing it because we you. Why are you in my business? What is this? Anyways, so it started because he had like an allergy to a type of food I was cooking, and I felt bad. And being the genuine person I am, I was like, "Oh my goodness! Like if I knew you had an allergy, I wouldn't even make this food." So it's like when I said that, the look on his face was like, "No, you straight." You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can tell he was kind of like, "Damn, like why do you care?" You know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't know. I'm just that friend. I'm that friend. It's like I'm that person. It's like if somebody got an allergy, I'm not somebody in the room don't eat peanut butter. I'm not gonna bring peanut butter. That's just the type of person I am. Okay. So so yeah, that happened. I'm trying to describe this without actually describing it because like I said, I don't want niggas to feel like bitch, nobody think about you whole. This is just part of my journey. Okay, I guess I mm, all right, I'm gonna just tell small details. So my friend, we just it's me and my friend there, it's some guys, some girls, we getting some things, we having fun. And my friend was like, "Oh, you should pick her up. Like, let's see what guys in the room can pick us up. Like, little flirtatious little games and shit, right?" So I'm like, "Ooh, I'm safe, child. I don't want nobody to touch me. Like, no, man." So so yeah, as far as the gay guy picked me up, and he was real strong. I was like, yeah, I'm here, ooh, I'm here for it. And then the other guy picks me up. So, like I said, I'm big on energy. I wasn't thinking in a lustful perspective at that time because I didn't want to have sex with anyone. Like that just wasn't. I didn't have that desire. You know what I'm saying? I prayed like, I don't want that. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So when he picked me up, I wasn't like, I wasn't on the lustful stuff. Of course he was because that's men, but like whatever. So he picks me up and we kind of locked eyes, and that was like a very like I don't know. The energy was just like, oh wait a minute, well hold up, is we supposed to be together? Because why are we feeling this energy? You know what I'm saying? And it's like now I know that was just lust and it wasn't no energy, bitch. You just dumb as hell. Okay, so it's like we looked in each other's eyes, and I was just like, ooh, ooh, and he was just like, ooh, and he was like, I gotta put her down. And I was just like, yeah, because child, the white even picked me up over here. Okay. So that happens. Okay. Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Long story short, me and that guy end up talking. There were a lot of red flags, a lot of signs God was sending me that I was not supposed to be with this person. Um, I prayed, I prayed, I prayed. And I remember praying hard because the energy I was feeling, I didn't understand it. It was like 1 minute it was a really good, strong energy, and then the next minute it was so much negative emotions and heavy on my chest. So it's like I couldn't fucking focus. Like I couldn't focus. And it wasn't because of the guy, it was because of the energy. Ooh, that's a good one, ladies. Write that down. It's not the guy, it's the energy. So it doesn't necessarily mean it was him. It was the energy I felt. I'm a very spiritual person. I'm not gonna say religious because that wouldn't be the right terminology, but I'm very spiritual. I'm very in tune with my emotions and energies. So I prayed, I prayed, I prayed. When I finished praying, I heard something ringing in my ear. So I was like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? I've never experienced. Mind you, I live in an apartment by myself, and it's pretty quiet in my neighborhood. So it's not like it was the bells outside. It sounded like it was right here. Okay, so then I Googled the child. That's why you don't want to Google stuff sometimes because Google was talking about I could be sick or something like that. I was like, Google, you doing too much. And then I looked up the spiritual meaning, and it was something about like your angel guides talking to you or God talking to you, either trying to warn you or agreeing with what you just prayed about, right? So I was like, okay, being silly, goofy me. I'm like, oh, okay, so God is agreeing. Okay, we're supposed to be together. Child, that was not the truth. That was a warning. God was warning me. God was warning me. Okay. So, like I said, all my energy was in the wrong place. Okay. So, mind you, I'm still on my spiritual walk, still trying to get closer to God, but now I'm I'm dealing with a relationship without a relationship. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain because, like I said, this energy was so much. It's like I feel like we invested a lot of energy into each other. Um, so it's like spiritually, I was battling with that energy, and then my relationship with God, right? So I heard the ringing in my ear. Okay, I took that as a sign that okay, maybe they're supposed to work out. Really, it was a warning sign. Um, God just kept sending me signs, signs, signs. Um, and it's like I was just kind of, I wasn't ignoring him. I wasn't ignoring him. What happened was I felt like God abandoned me. And this is important in the story, you guys, because that's why I started to deal with the guy more because it's like, okay, God, well, you don't want to pay me attention, so I'm about to be a bad kid. I'm about to do what I want because you don't want to listen to me. You don't talk to me no more, so I want to talk to you. And it's like, I was wrong. I was wrong. God never left me. He was doing what I asked him to do. He was teaching me. He was testing me, and I was the one who abandoned him. So I felt like God was abandoning me. So I started to get angry with God. I stopped reading my Bible. I stopped praying. I stopped listening to church services. And I just started to go deeper, 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 deeper. I started drinking more. I started smoking weed. I started having sex. I started, child. I just started doing stuff I was supposed to. I had no business doing. Okay, so but mind you, the whole time it's like I'm still trying to communicate with God, but it's like I felt like he was gone. Because when I got saved, the energy I felt was like, yo, he's present. He's right here. He's not going where. It's me and God, and we got this thing. And then it's like after a while, I didn't feel it no more. And I'm just like, well, what's your problem? Did I do something to you? Because I'm really trying here. I'm really trying with what you gave me. I'm trying, and you just want to abandon me. So, and it's like God was just trying to show me, like, we're working on your issues. And one of your issues is that you have a problem with abandonment. So I'm trying to show you right now that loving me is not just a feeling. Okay? It's about discipline. It's about genuine love. It's about being obedient. And it's like I didn't get that at the time, y'all. I didn't get. I was just like, well, what? But I want it to feel good. And it's like, loving God is not always gonna feel good, sis. It's not. It's not. And it's like, dang, like, okay, I didn't know that. I really didn't. Like, I didn't know that. So God was teaching me that. So I wasn't dealing with the guy because, like, oh, I was like so in love with him or I liked him a lot. I was chasing God, and I didn't have to chase God because God was there the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going through the cycles. I'm going through the cycles. Me and that guy stopped dealing with each other, and I just reflect. I had maybe 3, 4 weeks of just like silence, of silence. Like I would come home, I would just silence. Like I didn't want to watch TV. I didn't want to do nothing. I was just like trying to understand how did I end up in this situation? How did I end up far away from God when I was so close? I was so close.
Like I would literally, I would open my eyes and feel like I was looking out of new eyes. And how did I go from that to having sex with this person and drinking this alcohol and throwing it up and just doing crazy stuff, not crazy stuff, but like stuff I wasn't doing. So, I repented. I repented. I talked to God. I repented. I cried. And I started to understand now. Like I understand now. It's about discipline. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I get it. Like sometimes loving God, it does feel like, oh, like I gotta go read this thing. I gotta go do this. But it's like you gotta understand He's given us so much. Jesus died on the cross for us, you guys. And and it's like I can't explain like how I was feeling at that time. Currently, I want to say where I am currently. I am pushing myself to get back where I was because, like I said, I felt so close to God at the time, and it's like, okay, now I know loving God is not just a feeling; it's a discipline too. So I'm trying to be disciplined in loving God. I'm still struggling with things, like secular music and this and that, this and that, but I'm trying to be more disciplined. And that is pretty much like the story of kind of like where I've been. Let's fast forward. Now I met my boyfriend. Amazing. He swept me up to my feet, flowers and candy. And the way we met, I was like, listen, at first I didn't want to do no niggas. I ain't want to deal with no niggas. I'm not dealing with nobody. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm not dealing with no niggas. Okay? And it's like I prayed, like God send me a man like Michael Jackson that is like just good, sweet, kind, humble, respectable, intelligent, that don't just want the goodies. Like send me somebody like I could pray with and stuff. And I lie to you now, God sent me in. And actually, I'm not gonna give y'all his government because y'all some of y'all be hoes. I don't like try to find my man, but his middle name is actually Michael. So it's like, okay, I feel like that was like God's not like, okay, look, I know you love you some Michael, you can't get the real thing, but here. And I was like, oh, hey, why you do that? You funny guy. Like, okay, all right, wink, wink, nod, nod. Okay, cool. So he swept me off my feet, flowers, candy, dates, like, and I was just like, oh yeah, like this dude is different. Like this dude is different. It's like yeah, other dudes did that too, but it's like with me, like I said, it's the energy. It's the energy, and he didn't give me an energy like yo, I'm just trying to smash and just dash, like, because if he did, he would have been dead because I would have killed him. Joking, joking. Right. So no, but his energy wasn't that. He had a very genuine energy. We had great conversations, and I was like, oh, I want to be around this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just wanted to be around him. I like talking to him. I like confiding in him. And that just grew deeper and deeper. So that's also where I have been. Okay, guys. I am now in a relationship. I'm not telling you my boo's name because that ain't nobody's business. Okay. So it's like, yeah, that happened. Now we live together, Um, oh wait, I'm skipping. Before that, I moved about two, maybe three times. Okay, y'all. So it's like for the past few months, I've been trying to get my life together. On top of getting my spiritual life together, I've been trying to find a place to live. Okay, it's the life that's been going on. Okay, look, y'all. I was living here, I was living there, I was living everywhere. Okay, so it's like I couldn't just get on here and just do content and not know what the next move was and then what the next step. It's like I was constantly trying to figure out where the heck I was gonna go, what I was gonna do, you guys. So that was another thing. Last but not least, this one is big for me. I didn't feel like God told me to stop loving Michael, right? I felt like God said to have a limit. to have a limit to how much I love Michael. I had to really pray because this was an addiction. You know what I'm saying? I had to pray, like, okay, God, like, I need you to take these feelings away because I love this man too much. Like, I can't explain it. I just loved him too much. And it's like now, currently, I can love Michael as a normal person. Like, as you can see, I have one picture on my wall. That was never the case a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? But it's like now I feel love him in moderation. You know, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it is hard. Like sometimes it's hard because I feel like God knows I can trigger and go back to obsessing over Michael. So sometimes I feel like God will be like, nope, don't look at it. Turn it off. And it's like, dang, I just wanted to watch thriller. Like I just wanted to watch Me and Bear. Why you guys with it? I just wanted to watch Big Arrow. And I just feel like, honestly, sometimes I feel like God is like, chill. You might fall back in. But currently, like I said, I didn't even have the energy. Like I was going through so much mentally, spiritually. Like I didn't have the capacity to get on here, you guys, and talk to you. Like I didn't want to see anybody that had to do with Michael. Like, I didn't want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, no, I don't care no more. Like I don't care. And on top of that, like I said, the fandom was stressing me out. I'm constantly getting dragged. People trying to delete my account. It was just a lot. So it's like I just had to leave. Like I was like, oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. Um. Oh yeah, my other King of Pop Radio account got deleted. You know, so I felt like that was God's way too of kind of putting me on the journey to get closer to Him. Because He was like, "You spend too much time talking about Michael. You ain't focused on me. What you doing?" So, and like I said, I did everything to get my account back. You guys, no luck, no love. So it's like, here is where we are today. And you know, today I could say I love Michael Jackson still. Like Michael is still, I don't want to say my idol, but Michael is a musician that I admire, a performer that I admire, you know, because I'm an artist and it's like just listening to Michael and seeing Michael, I'm just so amazed. And I do believe that Michael is God's gift to this earth. Like, and when you really get into Michael, you will see. You will see. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Michael's energy is so powerful that you do have to be careful in a sense because you can become obsessive and you can get attached. You can develop an attachment for Michael, and it's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? We have to learn how to love Michael in moderation. Um, so that's where I'm at today. And like, it feels so good. I don't feel like a crazy person. You know, I got my poster on the wall and I'm so happy with just this poster, you guys. Like, I'm just so happy. And I can't really see it like that, but I'm just so happy with this poster of Michael and just loving him in moderation. It feels amazing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm back in the game, you guys. There's a lot more content coming, you guys. I'm trying to get on here 3 times a week. You know, it is hard because I got a lot of other stuff I'm doing. You know, like I said, I live with my boyfriend now. I'm going to the gym and I'm still doing music. So I got to get in the studio. And I'm a teacher also. Oh, excuse me, child. I'm a teacher also. So, you know, sometimes I do have to prep for the next day. And then most of the time I gotta catch up on sleep, y'all. So it's like I ain't got the energy no more to be up here till 11:30. I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired, you know. But I will get in here when I can. And it's definitely got to be 3 days a week. Once I find out what those exact 3 days are, I will let you guys know. Um, Please take everything I said, you know, as far as God stuff. Like, I'm not an expert on the Bible. I'm really not. So, like, don't take my stuff, like, you know, like with everything in you, child. Like, no, I don't really know what I'm talking about when it comes to the Bible. All I know is that I did get saved and I did feel a spirit of Jesus Christ inside of me. Like, I mean, at least that's what I think it was, child. But no, I think that was Jesus. I think that was Jesus, okay? Because I felt good. I felt good. It felt like a good person feel like my hands were cleaner. Looking at my hands, I said, "These ain't my hands." I was looking at my eyes, and said, "These ain't my eyes. Whose eyes is these? I don't like that. That looks very bad." That's how I felt. Like I felt like a robot, you know. So, but a good robot, a peaceful robot. Like I remember calling my friend, talk to her, and she was just like, "Girl, you sound like you have so much peace." And it's like, oh, that's what God meant with heaven on earth. Is the kingdom coming will be done. That's what He meant, y'all. It's here. It's here. We just have to find it. We just have to be spiritually awakened. You know, um, like I said, I'm getting back into it. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. So, if anybody got any questions about my spiritual journey, you guys can what you call it, you can ask me in the comments. If not, then sayonara. Is that what they say? I don't even know what that means. I just think I heard it before somewhere. But if not, it was good chatting with you guys, and I hope this video helped somebody. Um, let's look forward to new things. Let's look forward to new things. We still got the rest of the year. We only 4 months in. We still got the rest of the year, you guys. I got so much more coming. So much more coming. Oh, I was supposed to talk about the MJ March. The MJ Innocent March. Let me just touch on that real quick. The MJ Innocent March is still happening. I don't know. I don't know. I want to say it is still happening, but only one person bought a ticket. So if 500 people see the post and one person bought a ticket, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't know why everybody's being so weird and nobody wants to buy a ticket that's $12. The MJ Innocent March is only $12, and that's to help me pay for pamphlets, banners, and feed the homeless. But everybody acting like I'm just gonna pocket the $12. Keep your little $12 there. Keep it. I don't care. Okay. But like I said, if only one person bought tickets, then I'm gonna cash out that person back their money. And guess what? I'm just gonna do it because I can't. I can't. The energy, that's what I'm saying. The energy in this fandom comes off very strange. People are acting like I'm doing the march for me. This is for Michael. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I would love for more people to participate, but everybody's just being so strange about it. So it's like, I ain't got time for that. So I'm gonna leave it up another week or so. If we don't get any more donations, I'm closing it out, and that's just it. Um, but I love you guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. Tell me in the comments, have you ever had a spiritual encounter with God? Have you ever felt like, oh, I met Jesus? Like, you felt renewed in your spirit, you felt good in your spirit. Um, are you a person that was like super obsessed over Michael, and then you was like, okay, girl, let me pump my brakes? Do you feel like God told you to pump your brakes and kind of slow it down a little bit? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. Okay, y'all. And it's King of Pop Radio, aka Dixie, aka Gloria, and I'm out. Bye, guys.